This concrete structure houses the controls of the village's water pump. The pump delivers water from an underground water source to a reservoir that holds up to 22,000 gallons of potable water. The reservoir then supplies the community with a consistent water flow. In concept, that is how the system is designed to work. But there is a problem.
What has been taking place, we have a 22,000 gallon tank, and water isn't going to the reservoir. So we're pumping directly into the lines. I took you guys over there a while ago, and the main source, we are hardly getting 22 gallons of water per minute. So what is actually taking place right now is the village has actually outgrown the source. And the village at this point in time is actually utilizing more water than what is going in the reservoir.
Water either goes to the village or it goes to the reservoir. The low volumes of water coming from the source does not allow for both to take place at the same time.
I install 2 4-inch valves on either side of the road. That's the lines that takes the water to the village. And I lock those off. That way I can see if I can get water to the reservoir. I did that, I get water go up there, but as soon as I cut it off, the villagers started complaining we don't have water. And why I did that was to see how we can actually curtail on the electricity, because if we don't do that, then we have to keep the pump running 24/7.
Shaw says the community's water board has racked up a huge electricity bill as a result.
Every month, our electricity bill is over $2,000. I'm serious, because the pump has to be on 24/7. If that pump goes off right now, half an hour after people start calling, there's no water.
Power outages also presents a problem. With no water in the reservoir, when the power goes, the water goes.
I think that it's actually beyond everybody's control right now, unless you get a good source. And I must say that the ministry came in and they dug like five wells. They dug 5 wells, and what they did for the areas that are without water, they put down 2,373 gallon tanks, and the trucks come in twice a week and fill these tanks. As I showed you a while ago, that people who are complaining, stating that they don't have water are inside these tanks.
But let's say a more adequate source of water is found. A second challenge presents itself to certain parts of the community.
We had Mr. Lucien Chen. He came in, a consultant, but he came in under the previous government. And he said, Mr. Shaw, there's no way you're going to get water where those people live, because you have a gravity feed system. And at the higher elevation, he said, you're like this, so water won't go over the hill. And when you're doing a gravity feed system, if this is your reservoir, then the village should be here. It cannot be like that. So we need a good source, water source, and we need a higher, because if we even get water, if we even get the source and we pump to the reservoir, we still have a problem.
Villagers whom the water board supplies with water have a meter in front of their homes that measures water usage, which determines their monthly bill. When we spoke to 2 villagers a month ago, they asserted that the water dilemma stems from financial mismanagement by the board.
At the end of the day, finance has nothing to do with a source. You understand? Finance has nothing to do with a source, because the people that are in the position to put the well, they came in and it's still beyond their control. And I say, if it continues like this, if they do not give us a source, then the only other option is to turn it over to BWS, because I cannot manage a system if you're not making money. When the ministry install the tanks, the people who are metered and are getting water, they go to the tank and fetch water, and then they don't come in and pay their bills. So I'm pleading to the public, come in and pay your arrears. If you want to know, over $53,000 is owing out to this water board in arrears. Over $53,000. And we were told not to cut them out. So how can I manage a system if you're not? What goes up has to come down. If there's nothing coming in, nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.